Today's viewer question is from Kim. Kim is 34, and this is what she sent in. She says, I'm 34. I have £30,000 sitting in an easy access savings account, earning 4.2% interest. But I've also got £15,000 spread across two credit cards, one at 19.9% and one at 24.9%. I keep telling myself savings are my security blanket, but my partner thinks I'm being irrational. I've been making minimum payments on the card for about 3 years now. Am I actually just throwing money away, or is there a reason to keep the savings topped up? Really good question, Kim. And I think in answering this, I think just maybe just show you the numbers straight up so that you can see what the numbers are saying because the numbers do not lie. Now, for that, I'm just going to jump straight over to the iPad, which you can see here. And this is a breakdown of your scenario as it currently is, right? So you've got £15,000 in credit cards right now. All right. Now, I've worked out based on the two interest rates that you've given me. If you do a simple calculation, your average rate on those cards is about 24.4% in interest that you're paying as an interest rate that you're paying. Now, your minimum payment is probably going to be around about £300 a month. I don't know. I haven't seen your statement, but just doing the rough calculations, that's what it should be. And the largest proportion of that is going to be interest. So I estimate in this scenario that the interest portion of your minimum payment at £300 a month is probably going to be something like £270, right? And the reason why that is important is because that £270 is pure interest, meaning if you go back over your statement over the past 3 years, you've probably only seen your £15,000 balance reduce ever so slightly. And that's because you've been paying mostly interest because you're making the minimum payments and have been making the minimum payments over the past 3 years. The banks will love you for this, and this is how the banks make their money, frankly. It's a trap that they want you to fall in because they don't want you to kind of look at it for what it is, and that's just lining their money. Now, you saying that you've been doing this for 3 years, I mean, just in interest alone, you paid £3,240 a year. For 3 years, that's about £9,720 in interest that you've literally just given to the bank, like cash free, like no interest to them, no nothing. Like for them doing nothing, for allowing you to have your credit card, you've given them just under £10,000 in the past 3 years. So when you look at it this way, the question of are you throwing money away? Absolutely. You are 100% throwing money away. Now, I do think it's worthwhile juxtaposing the situation because look, at the end of the day, over here, you've managed to get £30,000 in savings. I mean, it's pretty good to be honest, and that shows that you're in a place where you've probably got really good, financial controls in place and you're earning well enough to have been able to get this amount of money put together. And I don't know your circumstances. It could have been money that's been gifted. So I'm making a lot of assumptions here. It could have been money that you saved over a period of time. I don't know that period. But I would argue that perhaps on paper, you've got the foundations in place. But when we look at the numbers for what they are, you're getting 4.2%, which is a decent rate given where we are right now for sure. But per month, it's only getting you £105 a month, right? So the security blanket, yeah, is getting you a bit of money, but if your minimum payments are around the £300 a month mark, you can quickly see that actually not only are you giving money away, you're not actually making adequate money on the saving side either. All right. Now, per year, you're only going to get 1,260 quid for the money that you have saved in that savings account of 4.2%, which means when you look at the entire situation year by year, side by side, actually, you're at a loss of about 1,900 quid roughly, just under 2 grand. You're at a loss for the status quo as it currently is right now. So I would argue that circumstances need to change, that you need to do something different. Now, I know how difficult it can be, and it can be mental gymnastics trying to come to the conclusion of, okay, should I use my savings to pay down the credit card? And oftentimes, people will be looking at balance transfers, all those types of things. And but you could think of that. But I don't think that you have to. There is a huge question mark here about emergency funding. I don't know enough about your circumstances to understand your expenditure, what your goals for the future are, whether you're looking to save money over the long term, whether you're looking to invest at all. But we do know that, having an emergency fund in place is always going to be a buffer. And I think you've been using the £30,000 that you have in savings as that buffer potentially. Psychologically, taking 15K out of here to go here so that we can get rid of this is probably the right move, but you got to get over that mental hurdle of taking 15K from your savings to do so. Now, I think this is where, again, juxtaposing the situation is really important. If you're making £300 a month minimum payments on the credit card, that's money that you can funnel into your savings to top it back up again. All right. Now, again, I don't know enough about your situation, but it could be the case where, in addition to you making the minimum payments, you're also saving per month to get to £30,000, or you have been. But whatever amount that is, you can add on to the £300, which will help you get to £30,000 quicker over time. But the big kicker is this: you're not going to be lining the bank with £3,240 a year in interest payments that does nothing for you. And by the way, this is the real kicker: there is no line, there is no end in sight of you doing that unless you make the decision today. So I think, in answering the question, you're throwing money away. Is it worthwhile keeping your savings topped up? Absolutely. But I don't think it's worthwhile doing so at the cost of you maintaining this credit card over the next 3 years. You have to have some kind of exit strategy. But like I said, you're already in a really good position. It might not feel like it. I coach a lot of people, and most people don't have £30,000 left over or just sitting in a savings account that they could use to go pay off their debts. And again, it's a psychological thing that you have to get over. But yeah, you need to address that credit card sooner rather than later. Now, there is a question of whether you should be investing, so on and so forth. And oftentimes, the reason why people don't invest is because they don't really know where to begin, how to start, so on and so forth. This is the kind of work we're going to be doing in the community to give people guidance, access to me, positive routine, to put those foundations in place. So, if you're not already on the wait list for the community, Kim, I'd encourage you to join the wait list. I emailed you earlier just to let you know that we've addressed your question in this video. Hopefully, you found it useful. If you do have follow-up questions, let us know. If you're watching this and you have a dilemma like this, fill in the Google link and the form to submit your question. I go through the ones that I get on a regular basis and I choose the one that I think is most appropriate for the channel. I've had a lot about inheritance tax. I'm not going to be delving into those types of things because it's just too dense of a situation. And based on the questions and the information given to me, it's not enough nuance. It really isn't enough nuance for me to be able to give you a response that you will be able to rely upon. And particularly with inheritance tax planning, because there is so much that sits behind the right thing to do that it would be improper for me to answer that kind of question very high level on YouTube without knowing more. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to smash the like button. It just means that you signal to the YouTube algorithm that you enjoyed it, and it will therefore be pushed to other people who might need to see it as well. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. It will be great to have you here as a supporter of the channel. Until next time, catch you later on. Cheers.